OGTV 45 tapping in. Today, we reacting to attorney Dennis Spurling from the Dennis Spurling podcast. He's dropping names in the Congressional Black Caucus that ain't even FBA. I'll let him call them out, then I'm breaking them down. We talk about where they from and what they passed for immigrants and how they gave FBAs nothing but dust. Now, attorney Spurling, I now give you a power of attorney to speak on OGTV 45.
Let's take a good, hard look at the Congressional Black Caucus right now. It's filled up with first-generation Americans who are descended from recent immigrants. Look at Yvette Clarke. She's the current chair of the Congressional Black Caucus.
We have Yvette D. Clarke, the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Heritage, daughter of Jamaican immigrants, first-generation American, in office since 2007. Immigrant-focused actions, co-introduced the 2025 American Dream and Promise Act, Pathway for Dreamers, TPS, and DD holders. Advocated to extend Haitian TPS, praised court protection through 2026. Joined to introduce the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2023, aiming for humane immigration reform. Conclusion, has actively supported immigration relief, but no known legislation solely benefiting Black Americans. If you've never seen a poor town in Alabama or Mississippi or Louisiana, you might not know why this is a problem. But see, she was put in there to serve the American people. Giving temporary protection status to that many people costs money. Money that they tell the Black Americans they don't have. Now, if we could only get this Tether out of office and replace her with someone like this sister.
I am ADOS, American descendants of slaves. I am a Black American, and I am an American.
A Black American is going to fight for Black Americans because our grievances have been on the table before all of y'all got over here, period. Now, this lady right here, what can we expect from her?
She's a daughter of Jamaican immigrants. What about Representative Ilhan Omar? She's from Somalia.
Now let's take a good look at what my Muslim sister Ilhan Omar is doing up there on the Congressional Black Caucus. The Somali-born refugee first-generation American has to be doing something for Black people since she's African, right? In office since 2019, immigrant-focused actions. She championed a just immigration system, opposing criminalization of immigrants. Staff provides constituent immigration support, work permits, family reunification, and refugee cases. Conclusion, focused on immigrant and refugee rights. No actions exclusively for Black Americans. So, the African sister is not in there fighting for Black people. She is fighting for immigrants. Black Americans are not immigrants. We are Americans. We get zilch. These are two seats that could have been taken by sisters like Carla Cunningham, who could have been in there fighting for us. But no, they're in there fighting for people that's not even from the country.
She came to the United States as a refugee. Look at Representative Adriano Espaillat. He's born in the Dominican Republic and became he's first formally undocumented immigrant elected to Congress.
Now this guy, Adriano Espaillat, he's the scariest one out the whole bunch, and here's why. He identifies as Afro-Latino, describing himself as a Latino of African descent. Despite multiple attempts, he has not been admitted to the CBC, the Congressional Black Caucus, and continues to be denied membership. He is instead a member and currently the chair of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Here's a quote from Adriano in 2022, clarifying this issue. Representative Adriano Espaillat told Axios that he will continue to knock on the door of the Congressional Black Caucus, which has previously denied his membership into the organization. They denied your ass because you was a Hispanic. Why do you keep coming back? Like, what do you want to be in the Black Congressional Caucus for if you're already the head of the Hispanic Congressional Caucus? I don't understand it. Like, what is the benefit for you all of associating yourself to Black? What extra do they give you for saying you Black? Nigga, do you get chicken? You get strippers? What you get? Well, you don't like the music they play at the Congressional Hispanic Caucus functions? Why the hell do you want to bring your Hispanic ass over there and try to call shots for the black people? I know why. So you could take our money and give it to somebody else in your country. Come on, man. That's all y'all doing is taking the money that's allocated for the blacks and giving it to y'all people.
And what do? You wonder why the Congressional Black Caucus has shown increasing alignment with global immigrant-centered agendas with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus against these immigration task forces. Do you wonder why? Especially since we know immigration does not benefit foundational black Americans.
Then you got Frederica S. Wilson, Democrat from Florida. Let's see what she did while she was in there. Florida Dream Act. State level sponsorship during her service in the Florida legislature. Wilson repeatedly sponsored this legislation supporting undocumented students, reflecting her long-standing commitment to immigration rights. See, she's American, but her family is from the Bahamas. Her loyalty is not with us. Look, the Venezuela Temporary Protection Status Act of 2025 sponsor. She proposed designating Venezuela under federal temporary protection. Hold on. Venezuela. Y'all know who that is? That's the goddamn Trin Diddy Lockwops. She trying to let the Trin Diddy Lockwops stay over here. The Trin Diddy Lockwops, that's the crazy ass Venezuelan gang that was running kicking people out of their house. The Trin Diddy Lockwops is them crazy ass Venezuelan boys that was over there shooting guns at O-Block. As a black person, you gotta know that going and shooting guns at O-Block is not a smart thing to do. She want the Trin Diddy Lockwops over here. And what else has she worked on? The Haitian Deportation Relief Act. Called for suspending deportations of Haitian nationals during the COVID-19 pandemic. You know what that sound like to me? Sound like she was protecting the Zopound. She trying to let the Trin Diddy Lockwops in and protect the Zopound. This bitch is a gangbanger.
And see, this shift in demographics raise critical questions. Why? With all this representation, do black Americans still face staggering disparities in income, educational, healthcare, and justice? Why has there been little movement on issues vital to foundational black Americans like reparations, wealth protection, and some real systematic form? See, when you have leaders hold cultural and emotional ties to other homelands, can they fully represent the needs of the people whose blood, bones, and history are extrinsically tied to the United States? No. See, the CBC, they're rich on symbolism. But when it's increasingly led by those shaped outside of the foundational black American experience, we must question who they really serve. Are we being represented, or are we merely being used as stepping stones by those whose true loyalties lie elsewhere? It's time that we begin to ask questions and demand answers. See, these immigrants don't see the United States as their homeland. They see it as a global bully.
That's it right there. Attorney Spurling, you just hit the nail on the head. That is the biggest problem we're facing with this whole conflict in the African diaspora and all this back and forth that's been going on. People come over here with hatred in their hearts for America. They hate America based upon what the United States government, what they deem the white man has done all around the world. They come here with hatred in their heart for America. They come to take from America. They come to break America. They come here wanting to see America burn down, but little do they know, the foundational black American is America. We are American. This is our land. We don't fight for it to burn down. Like Attorney Spurling said, that's not what King did. He didn't fight to burn this thing down. We don't fight to leave and go to other countries. That's what foreign leaders come over here and try to get us to do. The Marcus Garveys try to come over here because he fled his land. He want to get us to flee our land and follow him to some goddamn Africa. Use a runner, use a track star, Marcus Garvey. I'm not going nowhere with your ass. No. Minister Louis Farrakhan, they have a worldwide. Go back and look at the previous clips from this Attorney Spurling video. They have a worldwide black view. Minister Louis Farrakhan, they have a worldwide black view. Protecting the culture of foundational black Americans is not particularly on their agenda. Yes, this is what our black leaders from other countries come over here and do. They point us out the goddamn country. They want to make it a global black thing and don't focus and concentrate on the fact that, bro, we in our house. We in our house. We need a leader that's going to fight for us to get our shit. Not try to take us nowhere else and trick us into believing we from somewhere we ain't never been. We right here. This is where we at. This is where we from. We don't need no more black leaders from outside of this country. I don't care what your religion is, what type of group you in, it doesn't matter. We don't need a black leader that's not black.
And that's why we have to examine this. Because see, they're happy to exploit and sabotage our homeland. They don't want to reform this country. They want to watch it collapse. But ask yourselves, my brothers and sisters, what happens if America falls? Where my foundational black Americans at? What happens if the system stop working, if the roads shut down, if the grocery stores are empty, if the gas pumps go dry, if the lights go out? Shout out to David Johnson. What happens to the United States of America and the black Americans who are in? What happens? See, the immigrants, they already ran from their home countries looking for a better deal. So they're going to run back to Jamaica. And as bad as Haiti is, if America collapses, they're going to run back to Haiti. They're going to run back to Nigeria. The Latinos, the Mexicans, they're going to run back to Mexico, back to El Salvador, back to Ghana. But what about us? See, this is the difference. See, our wise leaders, our wise foundational black American leaders, they were builders, not destroyers. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., let's talk about it. They got you convinced that he was a sellout. Born in Atlanta, Georgia, in deep Jim Crow territory, King never called for America's downfall, did he? Instead, he appealed to the conscience and the Constitution. In his 1963 I Have a Dream speech, brother Dr. King said, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. He didn't reject America. He wanted it to fulfill its own promises. Even in the letter from the Birmingham jail, King wrote, the goal of America is freedom. Abused and scorned though we may be, our destiny is tied up with America's destiny.
I gotta keep making these videos because we got too many old black people down in the South who keep giving these people the benefit of the doubt in good faith. In good faith. I got an uncle like that. Like, you can't tell certain people that these other minority groups are not racist against us, especially when they come from small towns in the South and they grew up around nothing but white and black people. And then when they did encounter an African or a Mexican or whatever other kind of can years later in their town, they would have a good experience with them. They would tell, oh, the person was so nice. Those are nice people. Those are good people. And I'm always the one sitting there telling them, y'all retarded ass don't realize it's because they don't got the numbers. You down here in an all-black town. It's 5 motherfucking Mexicans in the city and 11 goddamn Africans. They have to be good. They have to be nice. You've never been in an environment when they have been the dominant number. That's when their true colors come out. That's when you see things different. I grew up in New York and South Carolina, so I had a different perspective than a lot of other South Carolinians when it came to other nationalities. I witnessed it firsthand. They didn't grow up with those people, so they just loved them from afar. I had to come tell them those people don't love your ass back. Here's where the problem lays, in politics, man. I don't care about nobody coming to this country. As long as you come over respectful, as long as you don't come over trying to take and steal, because you think you taking from the white man. You think you taking from the white man, but guess what? You're not smart enough to take from the white man. He ain't gonna put your dumb ass nowhere near him. He gonna put you in our neighborhoods. So all the taking you doing is from us. When you're sworn into Congress in the United States of America, your obligation is to the citizens of the United States of America. Your obligation is not to your home country or to people from abroad. When people that are within your jurisdiction need help, and they're crying out and they don't have, and you go look outside the country for somebody to help, that is a problem. And we got to get you out of office. We got to keep making these videos to let the people that don't know all black ain't black, we have to make them aware that all black ain't black. And the ones that ain't foundational black Americans don't need to be in no positions of power in our politics, because all they're going to do is sabotage our people. They are not here to be our friends in politics. They are not here to help us get no reparations in politics. They are not here to get no bills passed to keep police from harassing us and brutalizing us in the street. That is not their concern. They are here to be friends with them white folks and get something done for their people. You have to recognize these people for what they are. They want us to stop making these videos so they can keep getting away with the bullshit. No, keep making the videos until we shut their ass down. Get that bitch out of politics. She could go back to Jamaica and be the president if she want to, but she need to be up out of here. She does not need to be the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Her allegiance is tied to another nation when this nation is suffering. The only people that you immigrants, you black immigrants, get back on or do any damage to when you come over here is us, the black Americans. Y'all don't come over here and do shit to the white man that y'all say destroyed y'all country and did this to this country. Y'all don't do shit to them. Y'all come over here and take from us. And we tired of it. We calling y'all out for being pussy because we stepped to them before. Y'all never stepped to them without us. We'll step to them without y'all. Y'all won't step to them without us. That make y'all some pussies. And America's the home of the brave. We don't like pussies over here. I don't have no beef with the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Hispanic people fighting for their rights as Hispanic, that's their right. See, with the Congressional Black Caucus, if you want to be Caribbean or be African and that be your, what you're concerned about, get a Congressional Caribbean Caucus and get a Congressional African American Caucus. And y'all fight for y'all rights in y'all own caucus. But it's too many seats in a Congressional Black Caucus that immigrants are occupying, fighting for other things than black people here in America. So get y'all own caucus and fight for y'all own rights over there. Get the fuck out the Black Caucus, because y'all not black and y'all not doing shit for black people. Y'all are immigrants and you doing shit for immigrant people. So get your own fucking caucus and stop clogging up our seats with your personal agenda that benefits you and your people. It's like Eddie Murphy said, you give a nigga an inch, he want to take a foot. Give a nigga a foot, he want to take a mile. You give a nigga a rope, he want to be a goddamn cowboy.